Hello, my name is Orlin Chotev, and this is a new beginning. This is the first episode of the English version of Microphone and Mouse. We are a group of friends who happen to be excited, obsessed about technology. Some of them are into hardware, some become into AI, others write software, others are multimedia codecs. Forgive us for our accents. We are all Bulgarians, but Americans or Brits or anyone is welcome to join the show. Just drop us a message if you want to be part of the English version of Microphone and Mouse. In today's episode, we will take a look at the September events that are flowing from all directions, from Microsoft and Google and Huawei and Apple and everyone on the market. Summer is over, time to get back to work, and the tech giants and the small startups are really aiming at our money and our attention. Let's analyze the news and see what it needs indeed our attention and what is just hype. Feel free to comment and like, subscribe to our project. Thank you for watching. Let's start with news from Microsoft. Microsoft 365 received significant productivity enhancements this September, targeting a better quality of meetings, template management, and mobile functionality across the enterprise ecosystem. Teams introduces a network strength indicator using a sample 3-bar system to display connection quality. We use Teams in our business every day. I'm a systems engineer, Microsoft certified performance and reliability. I was witness of how Microsoft replaced Skype with Teams and how bad was Teams in the beginning, and they retracted it actually. They said, oh, okay, never mind, we'll stick to Skype until finally they got it right. And now Teams is the almost universal business communication tool. Although at my last job we used Slack, which is web-based. So what do you guys think? Are you excited about these 3 parts of good, poor or bad connection?
For the first time I'm excited about the Microsoft update.
For the first
time, yeah.
Well, yeah. Especially after last week when they released an update that was killing Cartwright.
Yeah. That will be an improvement, yeah.
That was an update that nobody was excited about. So let's go further up.
I was going to ask if you have the same observation as I have. Don't you think that Microsoft is trying to stick Copilot everywhere? Like it has recently become a key on the keyboard. There is Copilot in the Office 365. There is Copilot in the browser. It seems like they're not really clear what Copilot should be, so they try and make an experiment and put it everywhere.
Absolutely, and it's amazing that they I don't know, there are so many movies and animated series that show how to use AI. The Jetsons, for example, and the smart houses, where you talk to the house responds to you. And you see the clumsiness of Microsoft and what they're doing. It's amazing, really.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do the best they can, consider how big the big of a corporation it is, and how internally perhaps every team struggles for resources and budget. From what I know, the Office one is one of the biggest in Microsoft. They have most influence over the other parts of the company. And it's interesting that September is the time they have decided to share this one. I initially made the comment that this is perhaps, the summer is over, let's get back to work. So that's the perfect time to show such an update. But after seeing how many other updates we have in the news that are coming after this, it could have been, an Xbox update, right? Or something else from Microsoft, something about the new ARM laptops or stuff like that. They have decided to take this month, which a lot of people are paying attention to Office 365, which again, for me, shows that it's important for them. And they want to showcase that it is being actively developed and improved, particularly after the retirement of Skype, where they broke the hearts of a lot of people.
Yeah, including me.
Well,
yeah, but bear
not...
in mind that in enterprise world where there are so humongous companies with 30,000, 60,000 people, it's a huge issue if something is not working and Teams is not working, and it is not working right at the moment. So it's a needed update. Yeah.
Don't you worry, my friend. There are news about Xbox, plenty of them. Even microphone and mouse cannot cover all the news, even if only we focused on Microsoft. But we are trying to, be selective, and in this for this purpose, let's jump to the next news, which comes from Google. They released Android 16 QPR1 on September 3rd, bringing Material 3 expressive design to Pixel from 6 to 10 series devices. This update fixes 120 security issues, 68 Android vulnerabilities, 24 pixel-specific problems, including cameras, stability, and display blackout. The key features they added is the physics-based animations, resizable quick settings, background blur effect, desktop mode preview for Pixel 8 Plus, and live updates. New capabilities include adaptive audio for Pixel Buds Pro 2 and Google Maps auto launch for Pixel Watch. I still am trying to figure out how you get your directions from your watch, especially if you are driving. But we tech geeks are brave people. I'm sure some do exactly that. Google's Veo 3 creates 8-second 720p videos with audio from text prompts. So they added that to the Google Photos tool. Nice addition that I am welcoming. What do you guys think? Any feelings about it, or just cold expert opinions?
Alex is a huge fan of Google.
Oh, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, absolutely a huge fan of Google. In fact, but
can see the air quotes, right?
Yeah. We have to give them what they deserve, and it's good thing that they're especially in the security part, they are updating and solving so many security problems. But I think that the focus here is Veo 3. Nobody cares about the Android phone, but the Veo 3 model is just amazing, and I want it to be available outside US because it's only available in US at the moment, and we cannot access it and do some amazing stuff that we want to. It's really amazing, this model.
This is the moment to mention that our team is spread across the globe. Alex and Koyan are in Bulgaria, but the other folks are some in America like me. I'm in Texas, and others are in Germany, in Great Britain, and who knows where. So about the VEO. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Something like this.
Yeah, whatever you say it, you cannot go too wrong. It is revolutionizing cultural promotion. Oh, okay. Didn't see it from that perspective, but in all cases, I enjoy Google Photos. Even if I canceled my subscription for Google Photos, moved them elsewhere. Although after that they introduced Gemini and are selling it at half price if you buy Google storage, which makes it a very good deal because you are getting 2 terabytes plus Gemini for $20. And so I just have fond memories from Google Photos. All my photos are there. So I'm really excited about the videos feature. Didn't test it yet. Next are the news from Apple. This September promises to be hot. I told you guys. Their launch event is one of the most significant product unveilings in recent years, featuring the highly anticipated iPhone 17 series and Apple Watch Series 11. These devices represent major evolutionary leaps in smartphone and wearable technology, introducing capabilities that seemed like science fiction just a few years ago. And no, I'm not paid. I don't even like Apple, to be honest, but Am I impressed? Yes, sir, I am. The iPhone 17 series showcases the new A9 Bionic processor. I need someone to explain what the heck is that Bionic processor. Alex, help me, please.
Well, the processor is just the next generation of their line, but the interesting part is that they are renaming, in fact, the series, and it won't be 17, it will be 26 from now on, and the OS and everything.
Right.
Yeah, that's important. The other thing is the liquid UI. That we never talked about till now, because they are streamlining it a lot from what they showed us last time. And it's not so transparent anymore, as you need to read the text. It could be incredibly beautiful, but if you cannot read the text, it doesn't really serve any purpose. So we're waiting to see what they are going to release.
You are not.
I think that there won't be any huge changes in the AI. Maybe they will introduce the loading of local models. We don't know because it depends hugely on the hardware specs.
There were some news about this week, right? They are cooperating with Google, right? To create sort of a prototype for the new Siri, how it will operate. So it's not only going to be based on their foundational models, but something new. I think they also went to Cloud, but they just offered something that was way too expensive even for a prototype, and that's where they want to go now. I'm also excited for this purely on the hardware side. It's interesting that after going through glass and titanium for the last 2 models, this one is going to use aluminum and a new way of cooling down the processor.
But we don't have really so much information about this vaporing technology.
Yeah, vapor chamber something.
Yeah, vapor chamber something. I think that they used something like this in the old Macs. 15-20 years ago to cool down the CPUs. There were these pipes they were going throughout the machine that they were basically not an active cooling, basically.
Yeah, in order for it to be not to create that much sound, right? The whole point was to be quieter, even if it's bulkier, right? Even if it takes more space. And an interesting thing to compare with the Google Pixel update is that Apple have always been in this really nice position to create both the hardware and the software. It makes the integration a lot easier.
Yeah,
Google with
absolutely.
Android has this challenge where they do have a wider market, but there is so many different hardware for a lot of things, and that makes it more challenging, particularly when you want to introduce new features which are hardware.
This is the second part of Microphone and Mouse, where we dig into more profound topics. In this case, we're going to talk about the issue of using AI for bad purpose, for scamming people, for impersonating someone, asking you to send them money, pretending them to be someone, a loved one, a family member. And now they only need, 3 seconds of a voice sample to produce a model for that voice, and then you talk with your kids and they were in an accident, so you need to send them money because they need to bribe that cop. This kind of stories. How it works and how can we protect ourselves? It's not that easy. It won't be easy. It won't be simple. We are trying to foresee and figure out our own position in a future where AI will just be used by people with bad intentions very masterfully. With this, I reintroduce my friends Alex and Koyan. Moment, camera. Okay. So I gave AI the name Malevolent in this for the purpose of this discussion. Did we discuss this, or are we restarting, or did we finish this?
We discussed it in Bulgarian, this topic.
Yeah.
Okay, we did in Bulgarian. Okay.
Not in English, yeah.
Right,
in the
right,
last episode, right? And it was Donchu's position that this is just a tool, and people, fraudsters have found a new tool to use and cause harm with it.
So AI-powered scams surged 148%. We said that. And this is where the discussion starts with some numbers on the screen, the losses, and these are reported losses. You know that usually the real amount is much higher. I will give you an example that someone probably experienced, and many don't even know about it. They call you and they don't even talk. They let you do the talking. So you're like, hello, who's there? Hello? And these seconds are for them, are the sample they need. This is how it starts. So, friends, how do you see yourselves? Are you confident? Are we protected? Do the IT security business follow the trends, or are they behind?
They are always behind, right? And this has been like this for ages, right? There was a time when doors did not have locks, right? And locks were invented because people decided that they can, the doors were meant to stop the cold air, not to prevent people getting into your house. Right. It's the same thing here, right? Why do we have credentials and passwords and all those stuff? If things will evolve, unfortunately, the not so good people, the fraudsters, they're always on the front lines of any new technologies, and they try to exploit them to see how they can be exploited to achieve what they are looking for, right? People will learn, right? I know that there are a lot of losses listed here, but people will learn. People will become not so
naive.
And not so available, maybe. I think that
Right,
there will be a disconnection from the connection that we have now.
Right. And the other thing is that people will learn to do two-factor authentication the analog way, where if Alex calls me and says, I need you some money because I have a ransomware on my computer, I will know to call him back on the number I have and verify, hey, I just got this call from you. Is everything, are things okay? All of these types of scams, they are psychological in their nature, right? They are reliant on you having these emotions where you are not thinking straight. In such situation, your instincts are to help, to assist, and not to do the rational thing and go through this scenario again and rethink, what did I just witness? Does this sound good or not? It's really bad that so many money have been wasted to fraud. The good thing is that this most likely will stop, right? Whoever was able to take advantage of it, that would be it, I think. And then they will find a new way to exploit people and a new way to utilize AI, but that will unfortunately always happen in the future, and we will just remember this as some part of the history of technology. Because if you recall, like 20 or 25 years ago, when the internet was starting, there were like similar scams like this as well. Like there were websites who were inviting you to enter your credit card number and details to tell you if it's active or not. And they were just collecting the data on the server and then sharing with those not so good.
Yeah, you don't even need AI for this. It's just
right. So again, AI here is just a tool. People will learn about these scams. Unfortunately, some people will learn from experiencing this, and yeah, it's not good. But if someone becomes a victim of such scam, they should know that they did nothing wrong or bad. Being a trusting person, having trust in others, and willing to help other people, those are not bad traits in a person. They're actually good. That some idiot has taken advantage of you in this situation, they are the bad people, not you.
Yeah. And I think that we will become more private with these technologies. We will hide our information better. We will cherish our real connection more with this, because it's so easy now to copy us. Maybe there will be new technologies that will come out. We don't know what will happen, but it will be a battle for some time.
Yeah. I think people will develop safe words for really close people. So when someone is in distress, in order to validate that it's them, they just share the safe word. And since we only the two of us know that, there isn't a way for anybody to guess it.
It is telling, by the way, that the recommended, and this is one of these fake sites, I'm not taking it at face value, their recommendation, but looking at the tools they recommend as AI-based antiviruses, the leaders are companies from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, Romania, yes.
A set is based in the Czech Republic, I believe, or in Slovakia.
No, Romania, I think.
Bitdefender is in Romania.
I thought Antaset was there. Maybe I'm wrong.
A set are in the Czech Republic. I'm almost sure. So it is no wonder that these companies are leading the market for many years, and I am glad that they are already using AI to counter the people who are already using AI. We heard these news about the hacker who orchestrated a huge campaign using Claude to collect data, and they hit 17 entities, including government and first responders. And we heard about these stories about the people who orchestrated a company and invited someone to work for that company, and
Yeah.
they notice that there is a conversation. They go to Slack, and there is like a team of people who are having a chat, and at some point it starts feeling like it's not very natural. These people don't
Yeah.
talk like humans, but it is already happening, and
Yeah.
I'm
That
not
was a
sure there
very
is. I'm not sure there is AI for this kind of scams. That is not just virus. It is behavior.
right. It was a very interesting case, what we're just sharing. The idea was that people were invited to start working for a company, and the whole point of the scam was for them to download the project the company is working on. Since you, as a software developer, you have to
Right.
contribute as well, but they orchestrated the behavior of the company, all of the activities to be AI generated in the background. And the software, when downloaded, it has something to exploit your machine, like to search for bitcoins or private keys, stuff like that. But the person became suspicious when people started to respond too quickly on Slack, which doesn't really happen with real people, right? And just a very quick comment about what Alex said earlier, right? We will perhaps become more private, but at the same time, we are already oversharing, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to call me to get my voice. I'm on recording, on the latest episode of
Exactly.
Microphone
They
and
already.
Mouse. Yeah. So
They,
you have my face, the way I talk. So if you wanna fake me, it's not that
yeah. Oh
difficult.
my God. We need to stop this podcast. Everyone can see
Yeah.
us.
We should stop talking in our usual way and perhaps start talking in French or Russian, something we don't do in real life.
I
So there
know,
won't be
right?
any useful material to fake, right? So
Oh my
нажми на
God.
кнопку.
So the purpose of this chat is to figure out what countermeasures, because this is not your old-fashioned malware that is trying,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
still exists. This is a new type. It's like you are communicating with super intelligence, and you need to figure out what is bad intended behavior and what is not. This puts a huge expectations that you will be intelligent. You will outsmart the AI. I don't. Do you guys think we can win this?
Not with the current technology.
Yeah, I have a slightly different point of view. I don't think it's smarter than us or it's super intelligence at the moment, but the way they use it, I mean, if we're put in a good situation, we are smarter than the AI, but it exploits our emotions, right? And when we're emotional, then we are not thinking rationally, right? It is then when we go to our instincts instead of thinking things through and analyzing it properly as it should. And that's what people are exploiting, right? A very wise person said that be aware of people who try to make you feel guilty about something, because usually they're trying to exploit you in some way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same
Always.
thing here, right? Something is causing you to feel guilty and emotional, that you need to help your friend, your children, your relatives, your friends. And in that situation, and if it was anybody else, like people who you don't know, you don't have that emotional attachment to them. So that way to make you feel guilty is probably not going to work. But if it's
So
someone really close, that's how they exploit it. So it's basically the same gig, the same game, just different tool.
So this is the guys who or you meet on a dating site, and it's a nice young lady, and she is so amazed of you. You look so good, and you are. Oh, it's not a problem that you're a little older. I so much like older men, and or you are a retiree, and like Indian scammers say, Americans are so lonely, they just want to talk to someone. So they pretend to be someone from the Microsoft support, etc. And that is the classical scam. Or back in Bulgaria, they call you and they tell you, hey, mom, I had an accident and now there is this cop here. He wants money to cover up the whatever offenses I broke the law. So can you please? They will come. Just drop them a bag of money, and you cannot believe how many people fall for this and pay. This is the yesterday, and today it goes on a next level. I'm not sure we are prepared for it.
The people absolutely, and if our relatives cannot reach us immediately on our real phones, and it's going down from there.
They will believe they are reaching us. They will believe they are talking to us.
It's possible. But if they call you back, but the fraudsters, they are very cunning. They are,
but
they keep you online. They keep you on the phone, so you cannot call.
Right.
It's a game. It's a game of nerves, basically, and normal people are on the losing side, definitely.
I think we will evolve. This is what happened to me. I was in America for a few years only when IRS, the tax service of the American government, called and said, hey, you owe this and this amount of money. And I'm like, how come? One moment. Okay. So they say, I have the cops here and they are ready to come and arrest you. And I froze. Something like this never happened to me before. I know many people are laughing. That's fair. But this is me before evolving, getting used to these sorts of scams. So I'm like, okay, what did I do? And they say, well, you received money from Bulgaria and you didn't declare it. So they say you owe, let's say, $5,000. And I'm like, I don't have that amount of money, but and they say, okay, how much do you have? This is when, thank God they were so stupid, because they were a little smarter, they wouldn't ask that. They would say, okay, we can do payments. So you can you pay now 500 or 1,000 and then next month again? Then I would say yes, I could. But they were greedy. That helped me. Now this wouldn't work. But now they are smarter. So again, next time I would be unprepared. This is what I'm afraid of, and I'm trying to use your brains and mine in service to each other and to the people who watch.
Bear in mind that our untrusting nature is so deep
and rooted.
And it's rooted in our upbringing, basically. So we don't trust anyone. This is a Bulgarian.
So you want to say don't trust anyone because people do trust.
This is the safest. Basically, it's a two-edged knife. This policy, as sometimes you can miss possibilities with this.
Opportunities, absolutely.
Opportunities, yeah.
We don't want to make people paranoid, but
let's
there is this principle where you have to be critical about each piece of information you receive, because our first reaction is to take it as granted, as truth. Because I can tell you, hi, my name is John. You know it's not John, but since I'm introducing myself, you will not think twice about that. It's similar to that, right? Everything that is being said to you, take it. Is this true or not? And that takes a whole change of mindset, right? How to approach.
That's the evolution. That's the evolution that I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it's not easy. It's going to be. It's going to take time, right? People need to be more critical about the information they receive from non-verified sources, which means anything you receive via electronic means, since they can be faked and intercepted. When people talk to you in the real life and people which you know, friends and family and close ones, you don't need that type of approach. Then your guard can be down. But you know, other places, people approach you via emails, via phones. Ask them who they are. Why are you calling me? Where did you get this number? It might seem rude, but hey, that's the price we need to pay.
Apple are introducing this technology now. In fact, they're not introducing that; they're putting it on their phones, because I think that on Android there is something similar for a lot longer now. So you call and it holds you. You tell what you want, and basically the AI is taking a decision if this is a real call, if this is a robocall, or something like this. And the other stuff that I read this week is that many phone operators in US are now banned from making robocalls at all. This is a huge deal, basically.
It took them so much time.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah. I was receiving every day like 10 calls, and finally I asked my Bitdefender that I have on my phone and on my desktops, stop my, or they introduced this service. They didn't have it before, and now zero.
Yeah,
it was a simple feature they introduced. Is it my operator, my cell phone carrier? Is it Bitdefender? I'm not completely sure, but I think the business is catching up. This is an example.
And the government is catching up, basically.
Well, about the government, I'm not sure how many of these scammers are being caught, how many are in jail.
I think that till now it was legal to have such a business, and now it's not. And basically the operators did not, basically they did nothing about this. They could have done, but they did nothing because they got money from this. So now it's a real problem, and they are shutting down these channels.
What I think what you are trying to say, that everyone should be on board, because this is a crime, period. Just like we don't tolerate thief and killing, we should be really hard on this kind of scams. I asked Grok to tell me how to avoid AI-driven scams. Verify sources, they say. Always check the sender's email. And that's
not so easy now.
That is easy to say, because they can send you an email from a source that looks legit. Let me give you an example. Hold on. Okay.
All of these points that we see now are relying on personal education, basically.
So, Alex, you receive an email from support from support at att.com, right?
This won't fly here.
Why? It would. It looks legit.
ATT.
But
but it's ATT. It's not AT&T.
Okay, doesn't matter. The A could be a Cyrillic A, and it looks exactly the same. The O could be a Cyrillic O. This is it. No difference. So good luck detecting the scam here. Just one example.
This is already solved, right? If you're using tools like Office 365 Mail or Google Mail, there is this protocol called DMARC, which is used to verify the sender of the email. Now, this is going to be a problem if you open this up in a third-party email client. But I think most of the recent ones are using the spam protocols, the spam prevention protocols, and the DMARC in general. So the DMARC compares the domain of the hostname where the email was sent and the value which you put in the author of the email. So you are right. You can fake that, right? You can change it, put it in a different way, or pretend it to be something else. The service beneath it, the Gmail or Hotmail, they compare that data, and if it doesn't match, they put a big fat warning on top of that, so to help you, to assist you.
Yeah, it's like signing the emails or something like this.
And on top of that, there are additional fraud flags, right, which calculate a fraud score for all of the emails, a spam score and a fraud score. And once something like this happens, in addition with something else, right, perhaps something in the email is cited, its contents and stuff like that, they just put it in the spam. They just don't show it to you because the chance of this being a valid email is really small and tiny.
Bear in mind that with the current development of AI models, there will be a specialized models for this, and very soon every email server will have one. So it will protect you incredibly far more effective than Spam Assassin at the moment or other tools till now. Because they will not only compare the header and the data and comparing the signatures and all this stuff, they will read the content, they will understand if the content is something that is meaningful to you.
I'm hoping for that kind of help. So the first was verify sources as it is humanly possible, and it is not always. So use antivirus, use serious email clients, because like Koyan said, an email client could ignore Google's, Gmail's, or even your antivirus's warnings. Keep that in mind. Second, spot red flags. Urgent demands is in my ranking number one. They don't want to give you time to think. They want you to act now. Let me get into your bank account. I will refund you $500, but let's do it quickly. Let's do it now. I don't have time. And you're like, oh my God, I'm getting $500. And you give them, you don't think at that moment. The old phrasing, this is now because AI is young, but in a short time, AI will become, it's English.
It will be undistinguishable. It will be undistinguishable.
There we go. Don't respond to requests for sensitive information, passwords, etc. At my job, only a few months ago, one of the first communications I got, boy, that was quick. I had just started, and my manager, the CEO, is sending me a text message on my phone. Were they part of the scam? I don't know. The company, because the company was fishy. So I answer, hey, it was like, Orlin, is that you? And I'm like, yes, Trevor, this is me. And it says, Trevor, whatever the last name of the CEO is. And he said, hey, can you do something for me quick again? And I'm like, sure. Says, okay, I am on negotiations and I need some cash. So can you please go ahead and buy some gift cards, and I will refund you later. This is where I become suspicious. So this is part of the request, not for sensitive people, and not just urgent demands, but any demand for cash. Zelle or PayPal or whatever other method, you don't want to send money even to your boss, especially when someone is fake. Any comments on that? I'm sure we all agree on
always clear there.
These recommendations.
This list is quite good, and it matches like 80 or 90% any courses for online security and prevention, because those are exactly the steps you need to take. You need to be aware if someone tried to exploit your emotion by urgent demands or things that ask you to do things which you don't usually would do. So
if we talk about scammers using AI and consumers needing AI to defend themselves, I don't see a problem. A podcast using AI to provide information, and we are using AI in this podcast a lot. But this is the real me, this is the real Koyan and the real Alex. So far, maybe one day we will make some better looking avatars of ourselves. This day is not here yet. Secure accounts, of course, you've heard that. Unique passwords and always two-factor authentication.
Or authentication applications, yeah. Something to confirm on a different device.
Yes.
Yeah.
And God forbid you lose your phone. This is something
God forbid.
I am not very prepared for. I know it's locked, but if they somehow manage to unlock it, then it's my safe. It's my treasury. And I think it's everyone's, because every request comes to the phone. They can open my email. They can open my credit cards. They are on apps on the effing desktop of the phone, the home screen. I don't know. Do we have any advice in case you get your phone stolen and broken?
Go to your account and delete it immediately.
Go to all your accounts. How many accounts?
Yeah. Basically, and Google and Apple do support this feature that you can erase your device wherever it is.
Yeah. Okay, so, that's a good start.
Yeah.
But, and also, don't lose your phone.
Yeah, don't lose your phone. Yeah.
I mean, you pay special attention to your home keys, right? So that they're always safe, because without them you cannot get home. But if you lose them, someone else could get home. Treat your phone the same way, right? It is that important, or even more important than keys. So be aware of all the damage it can cause if it falls in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
What if I lose my phone? Let's see someone more savvier than us. A lot of thinking, Grok. Come on, we are almost live. Here we go.
Look, first advice is exactly what Alex.
Lock your device remotely. Okay.
Yeah.
Alex, are you using AI, buddy?
Yeah.
Witty. Well, as the words go, great minds think alike.
There we go. Because you didn't have time for that, so I believe you didn't use it.
Great minds think alike. That's the
sign out of all accounts. Second, from another device like your desktop, log out of apps and services like email, banking, social media linked to your phone. Change passwords
this is also
immediately.
Very important, right? On Chrome or on any other apps which might use on your phone and on your desktop, it remembers all of the open sessions you have, right? So it tells you are actually logged in on these two devices, on your tablet, on your phone, and on your computer. On each of those devices, you can log out yourself from the other devices. So once you lose your phone, go home to your Chrome and says, please log me out of
exactly from
device.
all my devices. Yeah,
right. In this way, even if they get hold of your phone, they have to re-enter your credentials. On most phones, it's prevented by a key code or by passphrase or by face lock or by key print or fingerprint. So and
I
the other
we can say with some assurance that our mobile phones are one of the most secure devices on the planet.
Yeah.
At the
because
moment.
the operating system on them, both iOS and Android, it promotes that security, right? It asks you to enter lock code, right? They make it easier for you to do face locks or fingerprint locks, and generally try to think like a bandit to prevent you from exposing the data on your phone too easily.
Let's imagine they get a hold of my phone. My fingerprint is my last line of defense.
Or Face ID, basically.
Or Face ID, or the pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you have those activated. I'm sure if you watch a tech podcast, you already did that. But if you didn't, you are behind, my friend. So hurry up and catch up. Next, enable 2FA backup. If you lose access to your phone-based two-factor authentication, use backup codes which you need to generate and store somewhere else, like in, Google Keep, to reactivate the authenticator app on another device. And then notify your carrier to stop their connection, but they will still be able to use Wi-Fi. I'm not sure how helpful is this to... But they will stop... So they cannot use your number for AI
for
voice
SMS,
scams or SMS phishing. So number 4 makes sense. Okay, we agree. Monitor...
Or they can dial a number in Australia where they used to charge you like a few $100 per microsecond. I don't think this happens any longer, but they can do a huge charge on your phone. So
fair enough. Monitor accounts. Watch for unusual activity on bank accounts, email. Of course, I think we already mentioned that your first job is to change passwords right here and fix your email, banking, social media. It's not that you don't know that, it's that over here it's in a organized way presented. Number 6, freeze your credit. If sensitive info was on your phone, contact credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. You don't have that in Europe, guys,
not
do you?
Really, not really.
Okay, so this is for Americans. To freeze your credit, because scammers may try to sell your house or take some loan on your behalf with AI-generated fakes.
This happens in Bulgaria as well in a different way, right? In Bulgaria, we have this personal identification code called A19, right? And for some of the fast credit services, that's enough authentication to be granted a new loan. And in some cases, there are such complaints about people learning that they actually own a company, some fast credit because someone else got a hold of your personal code, your names, your address, and they presented themselves as you and got the credit instead.
In the US, it's called Social Security number, and it is one of the most sacred secrets. Although I don't think anyone's SSN is a secret to real bad guys. They are on the market. Avoid public Wi-Fi for recovery. When resetting password or accessing accounts from a new device, use a secure connection to avoid AI-driven key logging or network spoofing. And of course, use VPN, may I add, right?
If you have lost your phone and you need internet, you're probably going to go someplace where you have public access to internet, unfortunately.
Right.
So in that situations, you cannot be picky about what type of internet you have.
Fair enough.
Just don't change your password or do anything else that can expose you, right? Be mindful of the channel you are using because as the first few suggestions show, speed is important. In this situation, you don't have to panic, but there are a lot of things you need to do to prevent further damage.
Speed, keyword.
Yeah. In that situation, public Wi-Fi, it's not good, but if you don't have any internet or any access, it's better than nothing in this situation.
And last, report to authorities. If you suspect data theft, report it to the FTC or to the police. I'm not sure they are taking this seriously.
This is useless,
I'm not sure they have the ability, the capacity, the skills, but I think they should be notified.
It serves another purpose in this case. It is useless if you look at it from the point that they're not going to do anything to restore your phone or prevent or help catch whoever did that. However, if someone fakes your identity from that point using your stolen phone, your report that the phone was stolen grants you that you are not the person who are physically using the phone, right? So it's a sort of prevention, right? That if something bad is done with your data, some sort of crime, this will show you that it was not you.
Keyword report. fair, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we cannot prepare everyone for every situation. We are not an academy. It's just a group of friends chatting. So we gave you an idea, and I would encourage people to use AI because, see, I did it improvised on the spot without any preparation. And Grok in this case, but any other model would do the same good job in becoming part of this conversation. With this, we, I think, are ready to jump and talk about hardware because the roots of this show are in processors, in chipsets, in motherboards. Now AI is taking over, but we stick to the bare metal. So last week we had an unpleasant experience when our live podcast crashed because the RTX 3060 just couldn't handle it. We increased the resolution from 1080p to 1440p or 2K, and the NVIDIA RTX 3060 card with 12 gigabytes couldn't handle it. It just, the show became a presentation, like the screen slideshow. So this here is my journey on the market for a GPU, a new GPU for my computer, for the podcast, for the video editing, for the AI that local models that I run on this computer. And it was just unfair because on my laptop I have a 4070 and on the desktop I had a 3060, which just gets old very quickly. Still has a good price though. I hope to get at least $200 for it, which after I spent $420 for the 5060 Ti with 16 gigabytes, will make it basically only $200 or so after I sell the previous card, the 3060. So I decided to invite you guys to a conversation. Is this the people's hardworking GPU in
with 16
era when there are so many models and AMD and Intel claim they have good GPUs and theirs are cheaper, but NVIDIA, as we will see later today, has where is it? 94% of the GPU market. So, as I may hate to say it, but they are the kings right now. It had to be NVIDIA. Back to the RTX 5060 Ti with 16 gigs. Is this the people's GPU today, Alex? But Kaoyan, you are a coder. If you have an opinion, feel free to express it.
Well, Kaoyan, if you want.
No, I don't. I personally am not a fan of buying anything new. I usually buy all my things secondhand because that's one of my personal things where I believe
that was me. I was buying always this way. I was always buying the next year or 2 years after the CPUs and the graphic cards when they land to my sweet spot, like 300, 200. But times are different now, and my sweet spot got elevated to 400 and 500 for GPUs.
Yes,
in
we
your
can
case,
see
you're putting this GPU to a good use, right? So this podcast is something good and nice, and you're putting your hard-earned cash into it, like an investment to improve it. If it was not for the podcast, would you consider this card if you're in a different situation, right? Because I know that you're using it to improve things, but they're not all in this in that same situation. So
You think
I'm not
it's
sure
not
if I
for...
was able to explain it well.
So this is not the people's GPU, because not everyone
Yeah,
is a podcaster.
right,
That
right. So
okay?
perhaps it might be the working podcaster's card, which is an optimal solution between price and what it can deliver. But if we're not,
I
if we were not streaming, if you were not mixing so many high definition streams, would you take advantage of all of the features that this card has to offer?
I think Alex and me will disagree with your stance. Alex, you first.
Yeah, basically, I will buy the 1590 if I can, but
But
yeah,
that's not people's. That's not the
yeah,
ordinary
that's not
working.
people's card. But I think that this is a truly sweet spot for NVIDIA, because the TI version has 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's a sweet spot for AI. For other projects that we can see in real time, the GPU utilization is amazing. Basically, the CPU is the GPU is cold at the moment, although
Yeah,
it's doing all this stuff. Yeah,
this is us in real time
yeah,
with the noise removal and the room echo removal. Now, if I turn on the studio voice, I don't know how this will affect the quality of my sound, because it certainly will. Then we are getting serious.
ooh,
This filter is in beta, in all fairness, and they still
yeah,
are working to improve it. So I don't think it's worth the money at this point. It was crushing our 3060, and even the 5060 is having hard time with it. But
yeah, obviously. Yeah. But we have to bear in mind that the 5060 is incredibly far away from 5090. 5090 is about 8 times faster than this card. So there is a huge difference between the cards, and we are comparing games here, and it almost looks that yeah, we are close, but we are not close at all. And the other thing is that you see, we love hardware. Here I have at the moment my computers that I'm working on are with 3 video cards, not with 1, not with 2, but with 3 video cards, and everything is doing something basically. But I think that this 5060 is a real good deal, because the others are tremendously more expensive than this one.
yeah, that
So
is my point. From
the
it,
the 8 gigabyte, sorry, I was going to say in Bulgarian, the 8 gigabyte version is really not a good deal. It's not a good card, but the TI with 16 gigabytes, it's a good deal.
there we go. So it's good for games, but
Yeah,
if you are
yeah.
gaming only, then the AMD
Maybe
starts
better.
making
Maybe
sense,
better. Yeah. Maybe better
and
on the same price spot. Yeah.
or lower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but if you are running local
AI models or rendering or something
AI,
like this, basically some workflow, the NVIDIA is the clear winner at the moment.
this is why the 94% of the market is owned by NVIDIA, not because of the
Yeah.
gamers.
No. It's the enterprise and the software. Basically, they, as a recurring theme in our conversations, who has the software and the better software and the integration environment, that is the one who will win. And obviously, NVIDIA are the best at the moment.
For the first time, Alex, gamers are not paying the high price. They actually can
Yeah.
benefit from AMD's weak position when they need to lower the price. And AMD Radeons are great for gaming.
Yeah.
NVIDIA can be skipped if you only play games.
In fact, AMD are in a unique position at the moment, because they have high RAM, basically 20 gigabytes and 24 gigabytes video cards
Oh,
at a
wow.
reasonable price. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, and these cards are capable of AI. It's not something to be left behind. It's a very good card, but they are more expensive, of course, than the 5060 Ti.
So
Is anybody still using GPUs to mine crypto coins, or is either AI or games?
There are, in fact, I know some people that are still mining, and it's going well for them. In fact,
Right.
they are making the voltage of the cards under voltage. They're I don't know what's the term there. To undervolt your card, to underpower it, basically, and they're running it 24 hours.
Yeah, because the spike in NVIDIA hardware happened even before AI became a thing, but back then they were used to do
Yeah. They had
crypto
the
mining.
upper hand. Yeah. They had the upper hand. Absolutely.
So
But now things change.
as we can see, I'm sorry, do we see the source? I think it was Tom's hardware. As we can see,
It's a sweet
RTX
spot.
5060 is not the best, not the fastest. But the comparison in price and performance supports us recommending it. Just to put you into a context.
And we have to be aware that the DIY, basically the CPU of the GPU of the device. It's not whatever. If you won't call it CPU, if you won't call it GPU, but the chip is the same as 5090. It's the same, but with some parts turned off. So it is so fast. It is the technology of the 5090. So.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. It's just models or chips that had some defects, basically.
Oh, so is it like the CPUs where they sell you those with
All are the same. The same
OT?
series. Just something doesn't work.
Yeah, and
Stable or doesn't work at all.
they make up a cheaper model, lower
Yeah.
model.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Not i9, but
They don't make dedicated models with such differentiation. Yeah.
Okay, so that is valid. That also
So basically you have 5090. Yeah, so you have 5090.
With
just
some defects.
Underpowered
A
5090.
defective 5090.
Yeah. But
Okay,
still
then.
5090, yeah.
This was whoever stayed to the end. Thank you for being with us. This is a experiment, an ambition, a humble effort to normalize, democratize, make a conversation about technology more human, not for geeks, but still with the level of expertise that people deserve. And we try to be objective. Nobody is paying us, never. Even if they did, even if they do, we separate advertising from content. So thank you for being with us. Like I said in the beginning, we are a huge team of people. Like from left to right, Pavel is a network engineer. Mulov is his second name is Mr. AMD. Huge fan of AMD. This guy over there. Okay, Svetlin is oh my God, aviation, but also he's an academic person. Alex, we had the pleasure to have him on board for this first issue of Microphone and Mouse. Angel is our Linux expert, but also Angel flies drones and he's a business person. Doncho on the right side, my right, I don't know how you watch and what side, this guy, Doncho, he is a manager at a software company, high level manager, and he is also an Apple user and EV expert. Radoslav is a member of the Bulgarian Academy of Science. I mentioned before his interests are in multimedia, quantum computing, and AI. Kawian was here today with us. He's a software developer. Stefan rarely appears because he's very busy. He's our storage expert. Bloody Anton Belev is also a hardware expert, but also he's a movie producer now, so he knows a lot about multimedia. Many of these guys, like Mowolf and Bloody, are smartphone addicted people and very savvy. And me, Orlin Chotlib, as I mentioned before, I'm a systems engineer, mostly on Windows performance and reliability, obsessed with AI, with also virtualization and Proxmox and VMware and KVM and Linux and whatnot. I hope you guys will follow us and subscribe and like, and feel free to comment even if you will not approve everything we do. We need it, your opinion. The freaking algorithm wants your comment, and this is how it figures out if what we do has any value or not. So it was a pleasure for all of us to be together with you, and see you next time. Once a week we will produce a English version of Microphone and Mouse. Take care.